Cron 4s, your mind, body, and family with Dr. Mark Steinberg.
And time once again for our weekly segment on how to maintain good mental health. And joining us today, as he always does, is Dr. Mark Steinberg, who specializes in clinical, educational, and neuropsychology. Welcome back, Doctor.
Thanks, James.
And I just want to point out the fact that the man knows what he's talking about. He's in the latest issue here of this textbook, Clinical Addiction Psychiatry. And this isn't the first time you've been published in textbooks.
I've been published before, but we have a chapter in there on EEG Neurofeedback and working with the brain with addictions and other kinds of problems.
Very good. So let's talk more about that. And you brought with us a guest here, a good friend of yours and a colleague for a long time.
Almost 20 years. We've worked together in the Los Gatos community, and he's referred many patients to me. Dr. Lessner was a pediatrician, became a family practitioner, and I've worked with his children, who are now grown, and recently he came back to me for some of his own needs.
Wow. So you initially were referring your patients. What successes were you seeing with them that you thought, my kids could benefit from this?
Well, I've never been totally sold on medications for a lot of things. As a pediatrician, usually try to do everything except put children on long-term medications.
Right.
And I had a number of patients that had tried neurofeedback and had some very good success with that. And so I've basically been a real promoter of that ever since.
And what are the benefits that you've seen in your own children?
Well, my son was having some problems with learning and with concentrations, and it really helped him basically get through school, and he's doing great these days.
What's the secret? What are you doing?
Well, it's not my secret.
Yeah.
I just glommed onto it. It's using technology to work with the natural plasticity of the brain and the timing mechanisms that run biology as well as physics in the universe. It works great. I've talked about it many times on Cron segments, and we helped Dr. Lessner's patients, his children, and eventually himself.
Yeah, now you. What were you trying to make better?
Well, I was having some personal and medical problems, some stress, and I was finding it very difficult to concentrate myself and keep my cool, and finding myself getting angry very easily, and that doesn't go over too well with patients.
No, I wouldn't imagine it would. And things are better now, I take it?
Much better.
Much better. And how long have you been undergoing treatment and noticed these results?
It's been about 2.5 years.
On and off. We did a study of Mark's brain, and we found out where he was making too much of certain activity and
all
too
that
little.
You found that
and boy, he's been able to do even better than he did for all the years that I knew him.
That's fantastic. Well, I'm glad to hear things are better for you, your kids, and all the patients that you've been referring. You can find out more about it. Just contact the doctor, reach him at his phone number or his website, marksteinberg.com.
Cron 4s, your mind, body, and family with Dr. Mark Steinberg.